Hello everyone, and welcome to Dirt Road Cinderella. We hope you had a safe and wonderful 4th of July. Ours was spent with family gathered around the smoker, sharing stories and laughs. Before we begin, I would like to give a shout out to JD's Scale Auto because JD sent me a shop card a week or two ago and I forgot to film it this week. I am sorry about that, JD, and I will do my best to make sure it ends up in my next video. Thank you for swapping cards with me. Okay, let's get to it, shall we? Starting with some stash ads that have arrived. These 3 kits arrived from Hobby Lobby, and the first one is the 1978 Firestone Ford pickup. I have built this kit 2 times before. However, this time I bought it because I need the cab for another project that I have in mind to replicate a vehicle I once had. The rest will end up in the parts bins. This is a very cool kit, but it can be tricky to get right. I am hoping to replicate a tow truck we had using this and a Mobius wrecker kit. The next kit I picked up is this 1970 Monte Carlo Lowrider by AMT. The editor picked one up a few weeks back, and after looking at it, I thought, why not? It comes with a 454 under the hood and a suspension with options, allowing you to mix and match to get the stance you want. The art on this box is great, and I am glad to have picked it up so I have something to build if I get pulled into some kind of lowrider group build. This last kit I have put off buying for many years. I got the box from a friend years ago with parts to something else in it. I thought the yellow background was awful, and I am not much for building race cars, so I avoided it. But Tim Shields recently built the kit for the Glory Days of Drag Racing group build that my buddy Joe from Big Sky Model Workshop and myself are still hosting until November 1st. Anyway, I thought that Tim built a heck of a car, and it made me want to buy this kit, so I did. And now that I have it in my hands all these years later, I am like, wow, I really dig this kit. I love that it comes with a 454 and a 350 V8 engine option. Thank you, Tim, for taking part in the Glory Days group build and for inspiring me to buy this kit. The editor and I went by the local hobby shop recently. It had been a couple years since we had been by. I found no kits that jumped out at me, even though it is well stocked. But I did grab some 18mm Tamiya tape, and I also grabbed this Vallejo Rust corrosion paint set. I thought I had most of these colors at home, but I really wanted to spend a few dollars while I was here, so I thought, why not? I love weathering and can always use more of everything that makes my job easier and more effective. Let's open them up and see what is inside. First, we find directions, with step-by-step how to recreate the tractor pictured on the box. That is very cool if you have never weathered before. First, out of the box comes an orange-brown, then whole red, followed by light rust, rust, and dark brown. Then I was thrilled to see the rest are washes. I used to make my own rust wash, but this is so much nicer. There is also a brown wash and an oiled earth, which I think is very cool. As I was putting these away, I discovered that none of these tones are the same as the ones I have, which is fantastic. The next thing I grabbed was some styrene in various sizes for my trailer project that I will show you in a little bit. I chose some 2 by 2.5 millimeter, some 2 by 4 millimeter, then 3.2 by 6.3 millimeter. And lastly, some 3.2 by 4mm. I already have everything else I might need. I had only gotten up to $50 because there was a sale of 20% off store-wide, so I gave another $50 to my editor to spend on stocking her paint supplies. She bought a bunch of Tamiya colors for herself. It was nice to stop in to see Matt, the owner, and just spend a little time in the hobby shop again. When we got home, I found a delivery which had some more mold starter which I used to make molds for my resin cast parts. The box has changed a little, but this is exactly like what I shared last fall. Well, let me clean off the bench and show you the build update on my motorcycle project. Here we have the kit frame from the Revell kit and my scratch-built front forks, which I built from brass. It is painted with Yajari copper. I think the frame looks okay so far. These two brown lumps are saddlebags that I cast from resin. However, when I cleared them with 2K, there was an issue with the clear. It would not harden. In the end, it took 2 weeks until I could touch them. According to my research, the humidity spike we were having caused an incomplete chemical reaction in the 2K. This caused it not to flash the way it was meant to. AI wasn't even sure if it would ever fully cure. It has, but looks awful, so I am not totally sure if I'm going to use them. Moving on, I do have the engine painted and clear coated. Obviously, it still needs detail painting, but it's a solid start. I have also drilled out the heads to accept the exhaust pipe that I am going to use. Hopefully, I can make it kind of swoop back following this line, and then the same thing with the rear cylinder exhaust. But I might pivot and use brass. It will depend when I get to that part. Oh, I also painted and clear coated the fuel tank, which was also resin cast by me, and the 2K worked on it just fine. The color on the tank is dark sable metallic from Scale Finishes. While I was waiting on the 2K to cure on the other bike, I decided to throw some paint on the 3D printed motorcycle that my friend Chris of Chris's House of Plastic sent me. After a quick sand and primer, I decided to paint the bike canned red from Scale Finishes. Some of you may remember it's the same color that I painted the Jaguar last year during my buddy build with Kyle of RKD Scaleworks. Because the bike comes almost completely assembled right off the printer, I decided I would paint and clear the bodywork, then hand paint all the rest of the details. I am painting this with the Gallery GHAC 98D, which did the job perfectly. This red really was such a great mystery color. I wish I had a gallon of it. That is looking pretty good, so I think I will leave it and let it dry. Here, we are back at the bench and the bike is dried. I really like the color, and I think it looks good. Here's the front fender, which was printed right onto the tire. Lastly, we have the rear fender, which also came out well. I so cannot wait to get more 2K on it and keep going. During filming the video, this copy of Automodeler showed up. I have not even gotten to open it yet. If you have not checked out this publication, you really should. I have every issue from its debut, and each one is loaded full of beautiful models and some great articles. Check it out, you're gonna love it. As it turns out, I wasn't done showing y'all stuff yet. This just arrived this morning. My first ever Sunday delivery. As we all know, I love to weather things, and I saw these weathering pencils from AK and decided to get them. Rust and streaking effect pencils seem really cool to me. A special semi-grace water paint for modelers, it says. I have no idea what that means. Let's get them out. Well, if I can. One of them does not wish to play by my rules. We have strong ochre, light rust, vivid orange, as well as medium and dark rust. I look forward to working with these, and I hope they work out well. Has anyone else used these before? Now I have some more progress on the motorcycle to show you. Here is the Revell kit chopper with my front forks on it. At least it is starting to look like an actual motorcycle. I still need to chrome the front forks. This build has been dragging on me and holding me in a slump. But having made some progress and being able to see the bike, I am determined to push through and get this done. You may notice I only have half a handlebar. Yeah, that was Friday's stopping point. I had had enough at that point, so I walked away. I will fix it though. I have also begun bending the exhaust pipe, but I did decide to use brass and not styrene. So far, I have the front cylinder done, and I still need to finish the rear one. The rear pipe will dump out here, next to the front one here. I borrowed the style from a 1-to-1 bobber I saw recently. I just noticed that I got a ding in the tank somehow. I guess that will need touching up. The 3D printed motorcycle has now been clear coated and some detail painting has been started. I love the way the red looks on it now. Same with this rear tire, which I have begun painting by hand, and now wish I had the temperament to tape everything off and airbrush it. But alas, I do not. So it may take a few coats, but I will get it hand painted. Same with the front tire and wheels. Okay, now onto the motorcycle trailer that goes behind the 29 Ford that I'm buddy building with Pappy Tinkers. I wanted it to be air ride, so I borrowed this setup from a trailer I found using the Google box. Using this awful sketch, there is a pivot point here, which allows this to move up and down with the airbag, which then allows the wheel to go up and down, which allows the trailer to drop. Then I tried to make an overhead view so I had an idea of shapes and an idea of what I would need to create, which has led me to this. It is not perfect by any means, but it is just a model. I am pleased with how it is looking, and I want to add these 1955 Chevy truck fenders to the trailer to hide the tire and airbag unit, which would make it look kinda like this, where the airbag unit is hidden. I need to section both fenders and add a strip to make them just a bit deeper. I also need to begin the gooseneck part of the build. That covers what I have for you today, and I would like to remind you once again that Joe and I are hosting the Glory Days of Drag Racing group build until November 1st, so there is still plenty of time to get in on it. And if you are too busy, then make plans to join us April 1st when we kick off this build once again. Also, please do not forget about the SamCon show this fall if you are in the area. Until next time, be good to yourself. You deserve it. Later, y'all. Sponsor Spotlight. Are you a passionate modeler? Constantly searching for that perfect detail to bring your miniature masterpiece to life? Do you dream of building your model so accurate they could be mistaken for the real thing? Then it's time to discover VCG Resins by Reese. VCG Resins specializes in providing the highest quality, most unique, and incredibly detailed resin parts and accessories for your 1/24th and 1/25th scale models and dioramas. Modelers can find everything from intricate engines and suspension components to realistic wheels and essential diorama accessories, all designed to bring your miniature masterpieces to life. Are you ready to elevate your next build? Please visit vcgresins.com. And don't forget to use our discount code DRCRUST at checkout for 13% off your order. At Scale Finishes, they specialize in high-quality automotive-grade paints. clears, and primers designed to bring your scale models to life. Their authentic colors and premium products provide a flawless finish every time. Visit scalefinishes.com and use our discount code Cinderella10 at checkout to receive 10% off on your order. Gallery airbrushes are engineered for elite quality. We're talking ultra-smooth trigger control, heavy-duty machining, and dropping detail lines thin as human hair straight out of the box. But they didn't stop at premium hardware. Say goodbye to harsh solvent fumes with Gallery's Kaleido paint line. Powered by rapid air technology, these water-based acrylics spray like a dream with high-gloss finishes. And for those impossibly tight details and trim lines, pop the cap on their paint markers for instant high-pigment precision. Are you ready to elevate your workspace? Grab yours today and save big. Use the code DRC1854 at checkout for an exclusive Dirt Road Cinderella discount. Click the direct link right down in the video description below to shop the collection. Edited, produced, and narrated by Cap Productions.